instant. What the fuck? Do you have the thing? I want to make sure it's good on my side as well. Did you check the box again? Check the box real quick. Do we want to do what Met said? Turn all of it off
there we
and
go.
then
Yeah, I include my audio on your side.
Oh my gosh, really? Talk real
To be
quick.
fair, yeah, to be fair, we had to reset the party.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Alright, guys. Welcome in. Tonight is going to be a somber night at first, but we're going to get into the racing afterwards.
Yeah, they are in qualifying right now, but we have not gotten an invite. So if somebody can get us an invite, that would be really great.
Yeah, I need to talk about something, guys. Sadly.
Usually this is the time where I would pick on Brent, but this is a rare exception, so we both actually need invites.
There we go. Alright. We're in. He explained the point situation on his side of the stream. If you guys are interested, make sure to play back on Hendrick's point of view. It will have all the point standings, etc. I'm excited for tonight. Somewhat. Also, somber mood. We'll get to that when you guys see a special scheme in the field. You guys will probably recognize it. Maybe not. I will explain it. But yeah, NXT. Last week, Hendrick, to say the least, was disappointing.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've already talked about this
We all.
earlier,
No.
but
And what's funnier is that we had a. I don't want to say it. It was worse. I had a worse race on Thursday. Somehow. Darlington,
yeah.
It was rough. Leppy, he's in the playoffs at the moment. He's been really, I think last week he had a bad week at Richmond, but he's been overall just consistent, just running well enough to keep himself into the playoff hunt. Cowboy Tech in the 3, he's going to run Truck Series full-time for the team that I technically am managing next season, so I'm excited about that, but right now he's in NXT, running the 3.
Alright, next up we have Dodge Dakota in the 20 car. Again, he needs a win at this point to really have any shot of getting in. Last week for the 20, he finished 31st, 14 down. He did not finish the race, so hopefully he'll be able to tonight. Then Rocky Top in the 22, he also didn't finish last week. He finished 33rd. Both of these drivers need a win at this point to really put themselves in a playoff position.
Next up is Lewis and the 9. He is currently your playoff. He's currently your playoff bubble, basically in 13th. Hasn't gotten a win on the season, but he's on one of the best teams in the series. So I look for him to be another good run tonight in the 9. Melodramatic's been hot as of late. I think he finished second last week. I've been seeing him run very well in the NXT series, and I expect that to continue tonight.
Next up, we have Impact in the 8, already locked in due to his win at Atlanta. Last week for Impact, he actually finished inside the top 10. He got P9. So Impact entering tonight on a good note. And then Racing Dream. Dream did not have the best of races, but if it means anything for Dream, actually, let me see here. He didn't even race last. No, he did. He didn't finish. He got 30 seconds. I knew I was right about something. But for Dream, he's already locked in. He won at Dover this season. Just recently changed teams and car number. He was driving the 20. Now he's driving the 41.
All right.
We'll see if Dream can have a better night tonight.
You're supposed to do Steel Carrot, real quick. Oh, did you already? Okay. Steel Carrot in the 37. In the 37, he's been solid driver all season long. He nearly got a win at Dover. He looks to continue that momentum as he sits 6th in points. I'm trying to speed it up as we don't have that much time, and I want to do something for a certain car. Kevin Yu, he is fairly new to the series, but every race he's run, he almost won at New Hampshire. He looks to maybe run well tonight at Indy, which is a consistency track, as I like to say.
Cobra in the 11 finished in P11 last week. There was an incident that he got involved in that was called out after the race, but Cobra didn't do anything wrong. He's been one of the cleanest drivers in the series. We'll see if he picks it up. And then LA Fatality finished 13th last week. He currently resides above the playoff cut line, but he needs to step it up in order to stay above it.
Mets fan in the 25 in a custom car. This is unique. Mets fan, always the owner. We like him and we love him. Manages the league and everything. He's been having frustrating Sunday nights, though, as of late. Trevi in the 16, same situation. Just looking to have fun tonight.
Tampax in the 62, red hot so far. Last 4 races, fit or better. We'll see if he makes it 5 in a row. And then Georgia Dog in the 88, last week for him, he finished inside the top 25. He got 23rd. Actually, Bren, you can go on ahead and actually talk about that paint scheme.
Alright, let me skip over to the paint scheme that we want to honor tonight. I'm hoping he's in qualifying. Yes. Alright,
Yes.
So you guys are wondering, why does EXO have a custom paint scheme? So this is unfortunate news. I've been waiting for the family of the deceased to announce it. I didn't want to discuss it. Johnny Dope, 81, one of my good friends that I've known for a few years. We've raced a ton. He's good friends with EXO. Sadly passed away like a week ago or so due to a heart attack. So in honor of him, EXO is trying to run his scheme. Sadly, he made Johnny run the dark side, as Johnny usually runs a Ford. But he's running a Camry tonight. That's what we like to joke. Johnny was a great person. He helped me out, encouraged me for content, helped me start out my career mode series that I love to do. We even collabed. We helped one another out on Wednesday nights when we can. So he was a great person. It's really just unfortunate at the age that he went away, passed away. It's just really sad, especially for a guy like that who I don't know how to discuss it. He didn't deserve that. He deserved to live a long life, and either way, he was a very great friend and a great racer, and I don't know what else to say. He was a great person. Even EXO, if you ask EXO, he would even say that he was just a good person. He was a great racer as well. He raced clean. He tried his best, tried to learn the game, and it's just unfortunate. This is his scheme that he typically ran. He typically ran the 81, not the 18, but EXO is subbing tonight for Spartans, so he's just running the 18 because of that, and overall, hoping EXO runs well just for Johnny. That's really all I gotta say. He was a great person. Johnny was a joy to be around. He always... Yeah. Rest in peace, Johnny. EXO's gonna get a top 10 for you tonight. He's running in your honor. I have his scheme made up. I expect to make a post about it very soon. I'm not gonna run it, but I'm gonna run it in open lobbies when I get a chance. I made that scheme, 81, and I'm gonna try to run that. But overall, may Johnny rest in peace. Hopefully his family is okay, his wife. I pray for you guys, and that is all I gotta say on that matter. It's just really sad news, and it's unfortunate for a great person. Especially...
So, I didn't plan on doing this, but on lap 18 in this first stage, we will actually have a silent lap. Neither of us are going to say anything on that 18th lap, just to commemorate the memory of Johnny. Again, as Brennan said, thoughts with his family, his wife, friends. Unfortunate news in the Heat 5 community, but the least we can do is hold a lap in silence to honor his memory and his presence in the Heat 5 community.
I agree with that. Thank you. Excellent. I appreciate that. X is gonna appreciate that.
So on pole for this one tonight, it will go to Slurt in the 27, a 50.982. Slurp was a contender last week before he lagged out. We'll see if he can finish tonight, and if not, finish the race on top. Yoshi, outside pole in the 24 with a 51.015. So that is your front row, rounding out the top 5. In 3rd place, we have Normie. 4th place, we have Cobra. And in 5th place, we have last week's winner, R4D. And then other notables real quick. Dream, 13th. Impact, 6th. Leppy, 14th. Kevin Yu in 11th. Keep an eye on him tonight. Steel Carrot in 12th. Melodramatic, 8th. The Bubble Driver of Lewis in 16th. Ellen Fatality, 10th. Looking through Tampax, 22nd tonight. And then also Exo starting in 19th in that car. Master Killer, 15th. Banjo, 20th.
Alright, we're gonna back out, let him get rolling. Oh yeah, and by the way, we'll go over the stages real quick. Stage 1 is gonna be 24, Stage 2 is gonna be 22, and Stage 3 is gonna be 32. Pit road speed is 55 miles per hour. Fuel run is 18 to 19 laps of fuel, so we should not have any, maybe a little fuel saver in Stage 2 if they can make it, they can try. Also, I got these stats from Midnight. I sent it to you, Hendrick, but active winless streaks from NXT drivers. Currently, the biggest one, I'm the highest overall right now, but current NXT drivers is Tampex with 20 races, Tyreek with 18, Fatality with 15. Actually, Tyreek is part-time, so I won't count him. Tampex with 20, Fatality sits second with 15. Tata, who's suspended, with 13, and Cobra with 11 races since their last win. So, of those 4, who do you think is most likely to get their win streak snapped tonight?
I think Cobra is the most likely, but Tampax has been
really
severely good as of lately. I know he was beaten down on himself, and right now he starts 22nd, but that will be someone to watch tonight. For the stage length, Stage 1 is 24 laps tonight, Stage 2 is 22, Stage 3 is 32, pit road speed is 55. Keep an eye on that because it did play a role in the premier race. And then the fuel run is 18 to 19 laps. So we'll see if there's any different strategies that go into play. And then also, to recap the picks from earlier this week.
Ooh, thank you.
On Wednesday night, we'll actually go over those right now. So with our NXT picks, Mets picked Trusting Banjo and Dodge Dakota as his dark horse. Camo picked Tampax as his primary and Pure Splash as his dark horse. Brent picked R4D and Perk as his dark horse. And then for mine, I picked Cobra and Lewis as my dark horse. So with that, the timer has complete. So we will go on ahead and hop on in. Again, for those unaware, you can use your channel points to either check in with a driver throughout the night. We can go on board with a random driver. You can't choose on that one. That's only for 500 channel points for 3 laps. And then for 750, you can go on board with anyone you choose from for 4 straight laps, not 5 for tonight due to the amount of laps tonight. And then there's the obvious stuff, but we're not going to do that this early.
Lap 18. I gotta remember that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Gonna be a fun one. Historic track, Hendrick. Historic, but it's really going to be dependent on track position. I really do think that will be a huge factor tonight. You got to run up front as it's going to be single file a ton through this field. It's hard to pass.
8 races to go until the postseason. Will someone new get a win and spoil the playoff grid? We'll find out tonight. We're underway in Indy.
Still side by side. Of course it's side by side entering 1. Slurp is going to get clear of Yoshi, who for the first time in a while, Hendrick, qualified very well. He's been struggling in qualifying and finally got a top 5 spot. Same with his teammate of Normie, as Koba's stuck on the top lane.
The leaders starting to single out top battle at the moment, going on board with Mello as he's battling Fatality, now getting back in line. Leaving Georgia the first one on the bottom.
Oh, 37.
Contact from
Carrot.
to Mello.
Georgia takes
Mello
all those
able to keep
spots.
it going.
Here comes Lep.
Meanwhile, in the
13.
back of this field, looked like there was a lot of chaos going on. I think everyone made it through okay, and as I say that, Mothers just got walled. Contact from Men. Everyone's
yeah,
still going.
They're going to be a show tonight, those two. Oh,
So
22 in the
for
wall.
The next 4 laps, we're going to go on board with Tampax. This lap will not count. We'll do it next time by. Here's a 3-wide battle here with Kevin, Leppy, and Mello. And Kevin able to scoot on by. Lewis and Master Killer, 16th and 17th in the playoff grid. They were just battling. Lewis was able to get by to 19. And we just saw Tampax right behind them hit the grass, entering the turn, able to keep it going. Leppy up ahead, hit the wall.
I'm trying to... We also got it.
Tampax.
There's a change. Cobra to the bottom.
Tampax
he let
now
up.
on board for the next 4 laps on my POV.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I will say Slurp had a little bit of a gap, obviously, since the beginning of this race, and now Yoshi's starting to catch him a little bit, trying to get back up the gap. A little bit of time that he lost at the start. Let's go back to the rear of the field where all the action is, really. Like you said, you're on board with Tampax. He's got Banjo and the 19 of Master Killer right behind him. Cowboy Tech also. Oh, he's making a move on Lewis. To the inside he goes.
Hits the apron, but he will complete the pass, so give the 6
into the wall.
spot. That's not what Lewis needs.
No. Worst case scenario
now
for him
up
is to drop
ahead
back.
is the 95 of Hammer. Polish hasn't had a nice introduction to NXT this season. 2 DNFs. But if it means anything so far, looking at least top 20 car, if not even a top 15 car. But very early on, you can already tell you don't get that many positions in the long run. It's really the restarts where you get the most amount of opportunities to get those spots.
Yeah, I agree with that fully. Really, the field becomes spread out because it's a single file type racing track, so you need draft, and when you lose the top half of the field's drafts, you start to, it gets strung out, as I like to say, and you can already see the difference. As Slurp is getting passed for the lead, here comes Yoshi. Made the move cleanly on the front stretch, so he's up to the lead. Here comes Normie.
Lap 3 of the onboard, just saw Tampax get by Hammer. And now he's got a little bit to go to catch up to this next group.
It's going to be difficult, but it's possible.
Around that 11 to 14 place range, so Tampax has at least recovered 7 spots since the start.
Ooh, Impact. Currently inside, I think just outside the top 5 and 6. He's now in this huge pack. The 20 car of Dodge Dakota, like you said, he had a rough debut, lagged out, I think, at Richmond, but he's back tonight, and he's looking to get a top 10 if he can in Stage 1.
Banjo right behind now, trying to get by the 95. Now
R4D.
the last lap of the onboard.
Making a move for third. Oh, he made contact with Slurp. Slurp gets sent up the track. Here comes Cobra. But now up to second is R4D. Little over-aggressive there. This is going to affect Slurp massively. His impact is to his inside without the draft, though. Slurp holds on.
Oh, Kevin in the wall, exiting 2. And that's going to cost him the draft to the group up ahead, and Tampax gets on by.
Kevin in the 7.
Yep, Kevin in that 7 car. We thought he would be someone that would win before the playoffs started. He's been very close multiple times. So far tonight, he's not one that's up there towards the front, but still very early.
We're also starting to see Jordan Dog making a move. I think this is around 8th on LA Fatality in the 14. He's trying to make a move now. To the inside he goes. He should be able to take the spot as he hit the apron. No, here comes the crossover again. Oh no, he gives it to Georgia. He gave the spot up, so Georgia takes over that spot.
Meanwhile, Yoshi up in front, someone we haven't talked much about this season besides the Daytona win for him. Defending champion so far this season. R4D right behind him, last week's winner. You know, this would be a good time for the 24 to finally get something going back in his direction. Get towards the playoffs on a good note. Right now he's doing it early as he leads over R4D, Cobra, and Slurp. The top 4, rounding out the top 5. We're actually on board now with our 5th place car, Impact, with Normie behind him.
I'll say this, that's impressive how Slurp slipped the track and still caught the top 4 and got around Impact Company.
Spins! Flex Fatality!
Yeah, he's around, he might collect more. That should be our first caution of the night.
On top of the track, but it did collect Fatality. That will be a caution.
First one of the night.
And
As they're 3 wide.
Georgia, he went too
Kevin,
low. Kevin, Lewis, Hammer. And it looks like Hammer is going to be the beneficiary.
Ooh, Lewis and the 7 of Kevin make contact. There's Exo behind him.
Up in front now. And Slurp gets second at the line over Cobra.
That's good for him.
Fell to 4th. Impact 5th.
Normie 6th. So he's hanging on to a good spot as of this moment.
And there's that 20 of Dodge Dakota inside the top 10.
Where's our points leader, Hendrick?
It's 7th. Velodramatic in 8th spot. Parrot in 9th. And then Dream in 10th. So the points leader, Mr. Banjo,
was involved, maybe.
Here he is.
Yeah, he's all the way in the rear.
There.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he got any damage. He might have spun without hitting anything. Didn't catch it on this stream.
He does have a little front end damage on my point of view, but that might just be my screen. Same with Fatality. So I think he may have hit one of those 2 when going by, when they were trying to check up.
Banjo enters tonight 37 points ahead of 2nd for the regular season points lead. So he's got a little points to burn. The car who is 2nd now, I believe, is Normie in the 48. And he is running inside the top 10 right now.
Gotcha.
So pit road will be open this time. We'll stay here with R4D as he will lead this field down. This basically wipes out any pit strategies for this
being
stage.
Played. Yep. Yeah. I agree fully with that. This just makes it, I'm hoping they don't think this way. You can push no matter what. I'm hoping they settle down. Because I felt like there was good racing. I think Georgia hit the apron, spun himself out, but I thought that was, it was fun. I think it was clean racing so far. Maybe a little move by R4D moving Slurp with the track, but besides that, it's been very clean early on. I'm not going to say anything else because in Stage 3 is when Richmond became that slugfest that it was.
So we're staying here with R4D, see what happens here. For those who haven't done so yet, make sure you follow both of our channels.
Trying to get 150.
200. Bren trying to get to 150, as he mentioned. Get further updates on the ODRL leagues and other numerous leagues that we commentate for. Bren does Franks and Backwoods. I do both ODRL, NXT, and Premier alongside with Backwoods, White Line, and
the Wednesday series.
Dash.
Yep. Not a good series.
So
Only hit 7 to go.
Current leader. Those will change here. Normie up to 4th now. Yoshi down to 6th.
Georgia. So much for that. Jeez, buddy. That's just funny. Poor guy. Yeah, but Slurp again, Hendrick. We saw it at Richmond. He's been showing up ever since his first start, where he ran decent. I think he finished top 10. He's been impressing me, and if he doesn't lag out this week, he's gonna be up there at the end, I feel like.
So they're gonna choose when they get back to the line here. See what the call is.
I'm thinking they're gonna do choose here.
Impact almost going back down. Don't think anyone up in the first half will pit. It would make sense for some in the back half to pit, as some are right now. Tampac's the first one down. Master Killer also in. Georgia in. Mets in. Trevi in. Sting D-Man. Motors in. Georgia actually stayed out. He's actually the last car to stay out.
Alright, they did choose at the line. Front row is going to be Cobra and R4D. Second row is going to be the 27 of Slurp, Impact. Third row is going to be Normie, two teammates of Normie and Yoshi. Fourth row is going to be Dodge Dakota and Steel Carrot. Fifth row is going to be Melodramatic, and I can't tell the number. That's the 41 of Dream. So that is your top 10 as of this moment during this caution. Let me go green. When I see 7 to go, that's when we go quiet.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. Tribute lap. Alright. As they're catching up to the rear of the field.
So Cobra first, one on top, R4D on the bottom, Slurp, Impact, row 2, Normie, Yoshi, row 3, Dakota, Carrot, row 4, Mellow, and Dream, row 5.
Restart zone is far off.
Ahead, past the pit road barrier. Right in the shade. Back to green.
Good push by the bottom. Oh, Cobra on the wall. Impact did not give a good push, or Cobra missed a shift or something. That's going to affect Impact massively as he's stuck 3 wide with Dodge, trying to take over 4th.
Got Dodge already the big winner on this restart.
Cobra biggest losers. He's stuck. Actually, Impact's the biggest losers. He was stuck behind Cobra. Yoshi though was running, qualified inside the top 2 on the front row. Now around 7th. They're single filing out now. Melodramatic entering the fray inside the top 6.
Goes too low, goes back up the track, able to keep it straight. Dream into the wall.
Oh, they're low.
Carrot in 2, both able to keep it going. Is now Exo giving Carrot a shot. And already a good portion of this field has been pretty much gone for this lead pack.
Oh, Carrot moves. Exo again, entering the corner. He's going to be stuck on the outside lane. Oh, he gets hooked with Redneck. They keep it straight.
Not the place where you want to be. Mid-pack. Now
they're 3 wide.
Carrot ball. He lost at least 5 spots down the backstretch. Meanwhile, the top 3 starting to pull away. Impact,
They got it, gap.
Cobra among those in Group 2. On board now with Cobra.
Yeah,
Battle
the gap.
6, the battle for 7th now with Dodge Dakota in green. Yoshi in 9th. And then rounding out that top 10, we'll actually go to that battle really quickly.
Oh, Dream just walled! Dodge! Round he goes!
And a big wreck behind him with Lewis the carrot. Cowboys back involved.
Well, what? I don't know what to say. Oh, R4D in the wall a little bit, I think. No, he just kept his momentum as Normie and Slurp are battling. Oh, Slurp and Normie to the line. This is going to be super close.
Oh my goodness, 3 wide here. Up to 4 wide. New Prime.
They are.
Through the 41 and 34, and he's going to get the 95 at the line. To put Duke Prime in the top 10.
Guys, couldn't for 190. Just be smart. I'm very disappointed.
Launching out for the second time on lap 15. Multiple incidents happened at the same time. One up front and then one in that huge pack in the middle of the leaderboard. So now pit row will be open this time. No one is a lap down, so there are no lucky dogs. And a little bit of a mix-up here with Mello and R4D. I don't know what that was about. Interesting. Probably just giving a quick conversation.
Yeah, we like to say they're discussing very fortunate things to one another. That's what I like to say. They're being very nice. That's a good way of saying it.
So, I just want to recap the new top 10 real quick. There's a lot of new faces here. Yeah, we have R4D, we have Slurp, Normie, Cobra Impact, Mello in 6, Yoshi in 7,
Ooh, nice.
New Prime in the 1 and 8. Look who's also here. Polish Hammer in 9th, and then there's Banjo in 10th.
Polish has been capitalizing on mistakes and just driving cleanly. That's really all he's doing. He's capitalizing on it. I think we're gonna go 1 lap, and then after we restart this race, and we're gonna do a tribute.
The pit road is open here.
See Metz getting his lap back.
Gonna stay out. Yeah, that was Metz.
We are about 16 out of 24 in stage 1. They're already being this aggressive in stage 1. I can't imagine stage 3. Oh, and R4D still beats out Slurp. Trevi? Is that the 16? That's the 16 of Trevi. He took 2 tires, Hendrick.
You know what? Ironically enough, there's a reason why he did that. Because Metz is actually the leader of the race. So why
there gotta be
not
one near there.
Be in second place with him?
Well, sadly, he did not get out second. Unfortunately for him, he got out like 8th or 8th out of this group, but he'll be up there. Oh wait, Metz is stopped. Are they doing choose? Is Metz being the choose cone? Metz is being the choose cone, Hendrick. That's a new one.
I wonder if Metz is either pissed about the racing and he just wanted to go to a stop, or if he's just trying to speed things up here a bit. Which I think would be the most reasonable answer.
I agree.
Now, also Trevi, he is the 3rd car on the outside, just to clarify that. But R4D in Normie front row, Slurp and Impact row 2, Cobra and Trevi in row 3, Yoshi and Melodramatic in row 4, and then rounding out the first 5 rows,
Kevin
in Polish Hammer.
Ooh, oh. I thought that was 7. Okay, that might be 1 row back. I'm just letting you guys know now, we're going to do 1 lap of commentary for this restart, but on lap 18, we will be going silent for a tribute to Johnny. Just letting you guys know now.
Also, yes, you were right with Kevin. He is there. Just get mixed up with Dream.
Here they go into the restart zone, Hendrick.
They're going to hold it off. Oh, never mind. They did.
No, they're going green.
Had a big issue. Don't know what that was about.
We have 8 to
But
go.
there was a huge stack up.
Please keep it green for at least 2 more laps, guys. Or not. I do not want to caution on that tribute lap. As Normie's lagging a little bit.
Oh, contact Dream to left into MB Redneck! Dream! And there they go! Oh my god, Dream just flipped. Someone flipped back there.
This is why we can't have nice things.
That was MB Redneck that flew up in the air. And
Well,
unfortunately, lap 18 is going to be a caution lap. So once R4D hits the line, both
oh,
myself
Slurp's gonna
and
get
Bren
it.
are going to go silent.
Slurp gets it. I do appreciate you guys for sticking with us as we did a tribute lap to Johnny. I apologize to Johnny for the racing tonight. I'm hoping they can end up, but thank you again, Hendrick, for doing a tribute lap. That's really appreciated. I wish he wasn't on the caution in their racing, but it's really unfortunate. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing rolling. We should be under 5 to go, and we saw a lot of the drivers fake out pit road, and that was definitely something to watch out for.
So now, we saw the numerous strategies that were taken. Slurp leads, R4D in second, followed by Impact in third, Cobra, Melodramatic in top 5, the Yoshi there in 6th. Right behind him is Duprime in 7th. Kevin Yu now up to that 8th spot. LA Fatality up to P9 is Banjo rounding out the top 10. As Mets again being the operator for the choose go this time by. Third caution for incident occurred on lap 17. And by the way, I believe NV Redneck has disconnected.
I can double check that real quick. Yes, yes. Official. Out.
So with that, R4D and Slurp about to lead this field back to green again. No more cautions for the rest of this first stage. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if any of those key drivers around the cut line end up getting points. As
Yeah,
they
it's gonna
get
be a
the
factor.
shade with the restart zone, back to green.
Slurp got a good jump on the outside lane. He's going to have the help of Cobra in the 11 car, who got a much better jump this time, Hendrick, behind as not the leader. Impact on the bottom lane. Had the checkup after he pushed R4D. Side by side for the lead heading into 2. Oh my god, he got a run.
Still Jason here.
Who's Cobra going to help?
Cobra going to the top. Down to the bottom.
Oh, R4D had to make a huge block. Impact. Gonna help them.
Now they all fan out exiting the backstretch.
R40 hit the apron.
Run up a little bit of dirt.
Oh my god.
Now look out.
Slurp just did it.
Slurp in front. Cobra battles for second. Yoshi up to 5th. As now R4D re-clears Cobra.
Yo, that was...
in this first stage.
That was insanity.
Slurp leads.
Holy
Slurp will
move.
not be eligible for the playoffs since he made his debut last week. However, that doesn't mean he can't go out there and compete for wins.
Guys behind him, though, are fighting for playoff points. They're pretty much trying to position themselves in for points in the playoffs, trying to get inside the top 10 to be locked into the next round. As we think for this series, it's also like the 10 through 16, the wild card round. So they're just trying to get more playoff points to be settled into the grid when we head into the playoffs.
So the key drivers right now in the top 10, Duke Prime in that 1, and the LA Fatality in the 14.
A Slurp is chilling with 3 to go.
By the way, Mr. Fitness 38, appreciate the follow, but already a lot going on tonight. Multiple cautions. We did have a tribute lap on lap 18.
Oh, I think Slurp hit the wall.
To conclude this first stage.
Slurp did. He did.
As here's the look up front.
Impact
Slurp
to the top.
Falling back, hit the wall. He is down to 5th. But now the new leader, R4D,
Impact to the bottom.
From the 8 car of Impact, as Cobra right behind.
Contact that's going to slide R4D up the track. Here comes Cobra making a move now.
And
he's
now
up to second.
Dramatic, looking for 3rd. Dives all the way down to the bottom with Slurp behind him.
He cleared him as well, so he's going to be in position to potentially win this stage. Cobra and Impact super low on the apron. That's not where we want to be. Hit the crease.
Kevin Yu, the 7th car, is up here in this lead group.
They're going to battle too hard. They can't get it settled down in a few laps. Impact is loving the scene behind him as he is smooth sailing.
Impact, by the way, already locked in with his Atlanta win. So there's no
Yoshi around!
Yoshi around! Collects Norman!
Big one. Oh my god. I just saw a death.
Impact! South Dakota!
Lot of cars. The big one on the front stretch.
Went through that! Exo went through that!
He's got someone watching him over. That's why he was able to get through there. Giving him good luck.
So Impact way ahead of the chaos, but now we have to worry about Cobra, who took over 2nd. Melodramatic 3rd, Slurp, R4D, Kevin, the top 6 all here.
Do we have a lap check, Hendrick?
I'm pretty sure we were at 2 to go.
Okay.
I'll actually get further confirmation real quick. We are on the last lap, alright. That is good. The last lap has now Impact in the 8 car. Down the front stretch. He's going to cash in and win the opening stage at Indianapolis.
They pretty much stayed single file behind him. It didn't really change. Cobra got 2nd. 3rd is going to be Melodramatic. 4th is Slurp. And 5th was R4D. Yeah, like you said, 6th was Kevin Yu. Polish finishes 7th. 8th was Exo Austin. Lewis 9th. And Banjo, your points leader, in 10th. So Exo was able to avoid it.
Executing on the points aspect of things. Primarily Melodramatic in 3rd. Exo in 8th, Lewis in 9th. And then the points leader did get points in that stage. He did get 1.
Every point matters.
So, on to stage 2.
Normie didn't get stage points, but Cobra did.
Yes. That will be shuffling up that battle for seconds in the standings. But now,
Oh, Dream.
Dream will lead the field to green with Impact on his outside. Dream
Oh, he
backs
pulls
off,
over. He
the
forgot. Damn.
Forgot the pin. So with that, Impact will resume
He's still on the track.
his race. Contact with Cobra and Mello. Looks like another car way under. I think that
Mets.
was Normie. No, Mets, okay. They have similar paint schemes. This is why Mets should not be in the 25 car. But still green.
They're all over the track on the front stretch or the back stretch, technically, this long straightaway.
Really quickly here. Polish Hammer has already climbed up a few spots since the restart. He is now up to 6th.
I know he's solid here. That is something that I do know about him. He can run this track pretty well, and he's showing up tonight.
Everyone able to get out of that first lap, okay. The side stream.
Impact is... Dream...
Dream is not hitting at the moment. He just fell way back.
Interesting.
Rewind
So
back here.
what's the strategy?
Garrett and Trevi. Not sure what the strategy is for Dream. Might be a mental error that he's trying to correct. What Dream could be doing, honestly, he may try and stretch it far enough to where he can hit when the window
Be good on fuel?
opens.
Yeah. Oh, 95 just hit punted R4D a little bit. Contact. R4D keeps it straight. Here comes Mello. Also in the fight. Oh. He's going to take it.
Rewind here. Leppy, Dodge Dakota, and Yoshi Normie helping his teammate.
We got a brewing battle up front as well.
Kick. That was the lag kick from either Yoshi or Normie, and that affected Rocky Top. As Slurp looking for the top spot. Back here, R4D trying to bring this back up 2 leaders.
Polish is out of line.
Mello getting help from Kevin. Both able to get by Hammer. Banjo to the inside of 95. Another new face to the top 10. Master Killer into 19.
Oh,
Master
whoa!
Killer did not
I just saw
get
something
points.
on my screen. I saw someone turn right.
Tampax.
It may have been him and Normie, I think it was.
Hopefully it wasn't a lag kick or anything like that. But Tampax into the outside wall. The 19 has not been his night.
Cowboy Tech is moving right now, Hendrick. He's just outside the top 10 in 11th. Oh, as soon as I talk about it, he hits the wall. Damn it! Commentators curse.
You
I
might
might
not
wanna
need to
shut up.
talk about Cowboy Tech. Fatality gets by the 3 though.
No, I don't want him passing him.
Prime getting by Lewis. This is a really key battle right now with Duke Prime, Lewis, and Fatality. 3 bubble drivers at the moment. Fatality and Lewis on the right side of the cut. Duke Prime on the wrong side of the cut.
I will say,
Right up
Mello
ahead of them is Master Killer.
is having a great night for himself so far.
This is
Also
night
Exo.
one back as Duke Prime up the track allows Lewis to scoot on by and more.
Exo in the tribute car is running. No, oh my god, I gotta stop. I gotta stop talking about
you really
it.
gotta stop for it.
2 times! It's not on purpose! Something's happening!
Lewis got by, same with Fatality. Duke Prime trying to do the same. Cowboy Tech in the area. Up here, Hammer and Kevin. Hammer got squeezed to the apron, hit and spin. And now Hammer in the clutches of Banjo, who will elect to push. Banjo, by the way, was in talks. He is going up to the Premier roster for next season. And they can be expected to race some more races this season for the Premier Series.
I'm excited to have him in the series. Just hoping that they translate and don't learn anything from the NXT field, majority of it. Just be clean. That's all we expect, and you should be fine. I think they've run solid in their Premier starts, so I'm happy to have him. No misses, too.
So Slurp up in front. He's actually starting to create a gap over Impact. About an 8-car fight up here, but not a lot of movement. And then Nightbond's back, led by Master Killer. With Lewis right behind him. Car the wall in the back. That was Dakota. Everyone keeps it straight.
Yoshi, who qualified very well tonight, is having to move his way through the field again along with Normie, so that's going to be something to watch throughout the night as he hit the apron earlier and spun himself out. So seeing if him and Dodge, who qualified both inside the top 10, I want to see if they can make moves. Is we already see Normie making a move on the 3-car of Cowboy Tech.
Poirier able to get on by. Cowboy Tech was one of the 4 drivers that was announced that would be going down to what is currently Backwoods, but would be the 3rd series. Not due to anything of his doing. Yes, in the truck series. Not due to his doing, more so just to not be involved with the NXT drivers. So hopefully Cowboy Tech will have some fun there. But so far tonight, looks like he's having a decent time.
Yeah, I want to help him out as best as I can, as he's going to be, I'm technically managing the team as of right now, so I'm hoping the truck team does well. Him and Trevi should be a good teammates, and that series is going to be fun to watch.
Back here, Lewis hit the wall. He is way off base. He lost a ton of spots. Same thing he said with Duke Prime.
Ooh.
Henry now off the track. No contact.
Well, it jumbled them all up, though.
Huge for Lewis because he was running 10. Now he's just barely inside the top 20.
Now it's going to be a battle for 9th as Master Killer is going to get moved on by Fatality. Master Killer let him go. He let Fatality go around him. Here comes the run.
Looking at Cobra's POV right now as he continues his pursuit in Impact's draft. R4D Mello round out the top 5.
We're seeing packs.
Hammer, and then Banjo.
Oh, Cowboy Tech on the apron a little bit. Had to check up. Oh, he slides out of the way of Yoshi.
Fatality in P9 now. Master Killer 10, XO 11.
Also, update, Dream is down pit road.
Cobra pit road.
Ooh. Okay. Interesting.
So Cobra on pit road, Dream back down, so Dream is now a lap down.
I'm starting to see separation. 3rd is... I don't think he can keep up with Impact.
Cowboy Tech into the wall, he got swirly. Slurp, checking out. That's all I will say. Over Impact, R4D now in 3rd, Bello at the 4th, Kevin, you up 5th, Banjo trying to get by Hammer. As they are losing the draft now to that group.
Yeah, Banjo was stuck behind Hammer for a majority of laps and finally got around him, so I think Banjo might be able to catch up to the back end as we have pitters.
Yeah.
Did they get in cleanly?
Carrot, Master Killer.
Oh, Lewis around!
I hope they did, because Master...
Lewis is around.
Lewis
He
is
spun
the
it.
9. In the pit road, but with damage. And that's going to cost him any opportunity of stage points.
Which he needs.
Banjo did get by Hammer, so this 34 car continuing to move up.
As the gap is actually lengthened. I thought Impact would be able to catch up a little bit more. But yeah, Slurp is running very consistent.
Consistently been good.
Exactly. When does he come down, though?
Anyone up here, Pitts?
Impact.
So Impact down.
Oh, EXO around! EXO around in the tribute car! He missed pit road!
And there you see the 18 from Impact's POV.
A lot of other back markers coming to pit road.
Now Slurp is currently, here's where Slurp is right now. We just saw it. He is losing time now because of Mello working with R4D and then Kevin there in the distance. So Slurp's gap is disappearing.
Reminder, all these guys that we are watching right now, they all run in Frank's Cup Series, so they like to brag about that. I'm just saying right now. Oh,
R4D down.
Road. Yeah. Does that hinder their movement again, as they were catching with R4D, but now he's on pit road? What does that do? Also, does Impact jump R4D by pitting early?
Not sure. I think Polish Hammer also down pit road in the 95.
EXO
in Cowboy Tech.
Luckily
so
for EXO,
our leaders.
It's a big track for EXO, so Indy he might not get lapped, so he could be good. It's still a tough break as he's going to fall all the way back in the 20s. Slurp is on the back bumper of the 8 of Impact.
Not for the lead. Impact already pitted. Slurp has still yet to go down. Will it be this time? And it will not.
Will not.
Able to say that. Good thing I didn't say anything.
EXO is going to go a lot down. As of right now.
Just exiting. Mello and Kevin second and third. Banjo fourth. Under 10 to go in the second stage.
Yoshi to pit road. R4D coming out.
And Slurp is not willing to stay behind Impact. Tried to make the move but couldn't. That's going to cost them a little bit of time.
Kevin Yu out of line. Here comes Polish to his inside. He's going to make the move.
Yeah, Hammer already with new tires. Slurp stays out. Same as everyone else behind him.
Yeah, he's making a move on Impact here into 1. It's going to help Melodramatic and company. They're going to gain.
8 to go. 8 to go for the leaders. 17th place being Impact, the last car on the lead lap.
Oh, Mello got loose. Here comes the 95 up to second, maybe? I don't know.
Slurp gets by.
Is the 95 position?
This is for the lucky dog spot.
Okay.
Hammer gets by. And he's going to get more than that at this rate.
He's got speed in that machine.
24, Yoshi up ahead.
Did Impact not take tires? Why is he wildly off the pace?
Slurp in. And I hope he didn't speed, because he looked a little fast going down. So now, Melodramatic up in front.
I will say, he does have draft.
Started late this season, but he's done so well to where he's already in a spot to make the playoffs. Not to win, however, but he's been close. And same with the guys behind him. Kevin Yu, not in the playoff spot, but has been very good.
In limited starts.
Hammer went too low. Both trying to get by teammate.
Kevin Yu to pit road.
7 car down, that is second place, so now Banjo will take over that spot.
Or they're trying to stretch it at this point.
We have 6 to go at the moment. Next time by, it will be no more caution for the rest of stage 2.
1 car due.
I like the strategy that Mello and Banjo are doing. If a caution comes out, a lot of people are going to lose their track positions. Some may even be trapped a lap down.
Yeah, I will say, he has trapped quite a bit of cars a lap down. Also, pitting late at this type of track does work because of the gaps that you can create. That's why it works at this type of racetrack.
So expect Mello to go down this time or next time. He looks to be next on by. Banjo also staying out.
There's Leppy coming out of pit road.
Yeah, another car just went down pit road that hasn't pitted yet. That was
Georgia Dog. Georgia Dog as well.
The teammates in, but Mello's still going.
Mello is gapping.
14 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, Mello is gapping the 8 car of Impact at the moment, like majorly. How you doing, Jason?
Mello will not pit. Very shocked, but Banjo will. Mello using a lot of that trap before to save a little bit of fuel.
He's been pushing it.
For the rest of the stage. We are on lap 19 of this run, so he should be pitting this time. There's no way he's been saving. He does get a little bit with the trap, but it's not enough for him to make it to lap 20.
Well, based off what we're seeing, he's gonna make it, at least to pit road.
We'll see what happens here. I think he is pitting here. And he is.
Yes.
So Mello down.
Clean. Clean pit entry.
Slowed down in time. So with that, everyone's going to be getting their laps back.
Kevin might have the lead. He's ahead of Cobra and Company.
See as we finish out this cycle, but Mello still scored as neither crossing the line to make it 3 to go.
Slurp is coming off of 4 now.
Now
He
the
should
question
actually do it
is,
later.
did Slurp get a speeding penalty? I think he did, but he did look a little fast.
Mello's coming out of pit road. We're gonna see if it changes. If Slurp can get there. Here he comes to the lead change potentially here. Mello getting a good
Mello has to
exit.
take the other access road to avoid the penalty.
Oh, a little too
Hits
low.
the grass, and that will cost him. Slurp back in front. And he is checked out. Dodge Dakota
Yes.
also exiting pit road. But Melodramatic still with the net gain up to second and has the newest set of tires. He can still run them down.
Yeah, it's not over. Yeah, that gap is almost even, to be fair.
There'll be 2 to go flying. But Slurp, last time he was racing in stage 2, his car went to pit road and didn't come back on track.
That was sad. Because he had such speed.
His first stage win this season.
Of his career, and then Odrl series. It's the first one. If he can get it done. I'm not saying it's over till green light checkered. You never know. But yeah, I say this gap is too big. I think he's got it unless he spins himself out.
Yeah.
Maybe a lap car.
Kevin in P3, right behind him is Banjo in P4. So his gap over second place will increase after this stage.
You know, Slurp pitted the earliest. Banjo, Mello, and Company pitted later than everyone else. So we're seeing varying strategies work in stage 2. So based off of that, Hendrick, what would you do personally as we're coming to white flag? We're already on white flag here.
I still
stage
like
3.
the notion. I still like the notion of pitting late, especially with the cautions we've had. But at the same time, you know, there is risk staying out later. I just think right now the only reason why Meadows not leading is because Slurp has just been fast
Really good.
all race. It's going to take a lot to beat Slurp right now, but there's no one really contendable with this 27 at the moment, as he's about to exit the final turn. Now on the front.
Oh, he got free! Oh my god!
Oh,
No way!
and Mello is going to get the stage!
No way! Did we just see that? We just saw that.
My goodness.
Heartbreak. Again.
Wow.
All he had to do was just baby it. And he spun it in the final corner, Hendrick.
Oh,
That
my
is
goodness.
heartbreaking.
Blown tire off of 4
Oh.
is what we're hearing. Stage 2 results. Melodramatic. Kevin Yu, Banjo, R4D, Cobra round out the top 5. Normie in 6th. LA Fatality 7th. Hammer 8th. Dodge Dakota 9th. And then Master Killer 10th. But Mello cashing in on a big mistake from Slurp, and now Slurp has to pass everyone again to have a shot. Stage 3 underway.
Sorry about my sound. It's better now. But Melo got the early lead. Right behind him is Kevin Yu, R4D, getting around his teammate in Banjo.
R4D, 2 wins this season, tied for both with Normie, looking to break that tie and get his 3rd win. Back here is just hectic. Hammering out to the inside of Fatality. Carrot
Getting
working
pushed by
through
Carrot.
Dodge Dakota.
Oh, Polish, can he
And
clear
now
Fatality?
Carrot looking for more. Gonna get by Fatality, but Dodge Dakota.
Oh,
makes
they nearly hit pit
slide.
road there. They did! Back there, someone down pit road. I think it's Trevi. He's stuck down pit
Yeah.
road now.
16.
As they're still dueling back there between positions, R4D takes over 2nd. He's going to go for the lead as well.
Carrot
He's
now
got good
getting
momentum.
by Hammer, so Carrot in the top 10.
No,
and
Polish
moving.
gets clear him. No, Polish gets around him on the outside again. We've seen that move on the outside work somehow at this type of racetrack.
Cobra now working on Banjo.
What that is creating is 2 different packs, Hendrick, what we're seeing. As Cobra, can he clear him?
He does. Put Cobra the P4, but Normie's there.
Look at this mess of a pack.
So last week, it was R4D who was ahead of Mello. This week, it's Mello ahead of R4D.
Man, I've seen this so many times. Mello has finished 2nd to majority of drivers this season. I think we've seen it in Backwoods. We've seen it in Odrl. He wants to get a win. He's hungry for a win, and he's hoping to get it tonight.
I don't think anyone is more hungrier than the car right behind R4D, Kevin Yu.
Oh, yeah.
He needs one a lot more than Mello. Based on his playoff spot right now, not being there for the 7, and a lot of points to make up. I think at this point, a win is his best route. He could still win his way in, but I think he wants to get these 2 spots.
They're going to go 4 wide on the backstretch. Slurp is moving right now as they hit the wall. The 20 car hit the wall, and Slurp is going to capitalize on that as he's making his way through the field. Dodge and Master Killer get together.
11. This is for 11th place. Slurp now looking to take that spot away. Just able to stick it on the bottom much more easier than everyone else. So Slurp
He's
is
flying.
up to 11.
Someone in the grass.
Definitely not done.
I don't know who that was, but I saw some grass being mowed in the rear.
Dakota's out. So the 20 car is out. Still green. Tough break. He did get some stage points. And up towards the front, Polish Hammer getting by Normie.
Oh, he's gonna slide up.
95 to 6.
Oh, the 48 let him take the position, so they're gonna work together here. That's what I'm starting to see.
In 8th. Steel Carrot in 9th. Impact up to 10th. Slurp is actually running in 12th right now. Yoshi in that P11 spot.
He's got speed, so I fully believe he'll be able to get inside the top 10 if he continues on his trend at the moment. Before this race ends. Ooh, Yoshi had to check up.
4 drivers in the top 10 have yet to win in Odrl NXT. And of course, those being Melodramatic, Kevin Yu, Steel Carrot, and Hammer.
And they're all running very well.
And here's
Normie.
his progress. He is about to catch this next group.
Polish and Normie got together and that held him up, so that's going to help the back group even more.
Uptick right now, we got 23 to go, lap 58 of schedule 80. As Yoshi now working on impact for 10th. Goes
Oh, yeah.
too low and clean too fast. But impact
I wanna-
crossover.
I want to give you an update as those two continue to duel back there. New lead change. Kevin Yu and R4D work together to get around Melo. So now he's going to fall back to 3rd.
The R4D last week's winner up in
Look at Slurp.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Jesus,
Slurp was
he's
testing
flying.
these sides the entire time, and he's up to 11, and he's not done yet.
Bro, he is on a demon time
He
right
is
now.
up to 10. Gets by impact and has Carrot up ahead.
I'm calling this. He's driving frustrated. He is driving frustrated. He's trying to get back.
Ironically enough, Slurp was trying to do something that Irish and Sterlo didn't do in the Premier race. Obviously different reasons for why they were back there. Speeding penalties for Irish and Sterlo, correct for Slurp. But Slurp trying to rally his way back up to the front. And so
It's going to be
far,
difficult.
He has done phenomenal.
It's going to be a tall order, but so far, he's already inside the top 10.
LA Fatality did get by Normie for the 14 up another spot. Up to 7.
Is Polish leading that second group? Is
yes, he is. In P4.
Okay.
He got by Cobra.
By the way, check
Also
up in
got
that
by
third group.
Banjo.
I think Steel Carrot or Impact hit the apron. It's slowed up Slurp, so now he's stuck behind him. He's going to send it 3 wide. No, he's going to push Impact past Steel.
Impact did get by Slurp again. And it's bringing more people into the fight. Looks like that's Georgia Dog closing in. So Impact now 9th. Slurp now 10th. Carrot now 11th.
Koba solidly having a good day, just been inside the top 5 all night. Maybe not winning speed at the moment, but even without winning speed, he is still consistently inside the top 10. That's really
Final 20 laps. We'll have post
what a good driver does.
After this, we'll hear from our top 5, including our winner. Right now, R4D looking to replicate last week. But he's
Melo
got
doesn't want
nothing.
that.
Mello, a fellow competitor from last week, is there again. And Kevin Yu, who needs one badly. Polish Hammer is not eligible, but in his 3rd start, it is running 4th.
Oh yeah, Polish
Trying to bring
is...
his group back up there.
He's trying to get back his old form as he used to be really good at this game, but took a break for a while. Slurp gets around Impact for 8th. For 9th. Oh, Impact on the wall! As they file out
That's going
around
to cost them a ton of time. At least 4 spots lost and time lost. He will not be in the draft of this group anymore.
Impact is frustrated. I just saw his face cam. He is frustrated about that move being pushed up the track.
So Slurp now sees that next group. It is
Polish.
like a shark smelling blood. He is out for blood looking to get these spots.
Polish got free or something. He lost a ton of time as he fell in behind Fatality, Banjo, and Cobra.
Cobra up to 4th. Banjo now in 5th. LA Fatality 6th. LA Fatality having an underrated race so far. This will definitely help his position in the playoff grid.
Yep.
As
I agree.
Banjo looking to get by one of his competitors for that regular season championship.
Dude, it's gonna become a 3-man horse race.
Over
I don't.
velvet.
Yeah, it's a
Cobra
3-man race.
looking to cross him back over. Gets by. Banjo got a little bit of a shove from Fatality. That's actually going to be the difference maker. So Banjo gets by, and Fatality goes with. So put Fatality in the top 5.
Don't look now. Slurp is getting there, Hendrick. He is catching them. But the issue now is that that's not the lead pack's draft. The top 3 are gone. They are flying away.
Pit stops beginning with Normie.
Early pit stops.
So you can make it if you pit this time. There you see it, 3 drivers who are really pretty much rookies in NXT. R4D, a full-time rookie, won 2 races. Kevin Yu started not that long ago, hasn't won, but has had the speed.
Top 4 are rookies.
Also has had the speed, but also hasn't won, but has been very short as of lately. And yes, Banjo also technically a rookie, but the points leader. He hasn't been acting like one as of lately.
I agree with that statement. R4D as well. They've been both impressive, and there's reasons why they're potentially moving to Premier.
Oh, car with issues here, pitting. Carrot.
Ooh,
I think
I thought
he's bad.
I saw a lot of guys join him.
Impact, Lewis, Leppy.
Normie come out of pit road.
I think Carrot's sped, and we're going to actually get confirmation if this is true. This is going to cost him a ton of points.
Normie going a lap down. That's going to be costly for him as these top 3 will jump him.
So I'm going to stay on board with Carrot for just a quick second just to see if he does get the penalty, and he doesn't. 37 is good.
We'll get a lap check in about half a lap when they cross the line. Polish has been caught by the 27 as he's getting a little free off the corner.
Yoshi going down. He has to hit the inside wall to get up into the speed zone. Not get a black flag. Up here, Mello and Kevin getting held up by Normie.
Normie just pitted, so I will say that. He did just pit on the last pit stop. Came out ahead of the leaders, or just beside them, and now coming out.
You see a good line of cars exiting pit road. Just mentioned those guys who went down pit road.
Normie might help him.
I don't think so. Looks like Normie
He has
might be
speed.
on the front stretch.
Yeah, he has speed, so that could affect R4D's line.
Leader stay out. And Normie
Gonna get the draft.
looking to get a lap back. And he will. R4D now has to be wary of Mello right there behind.
It's gonna affect him! Here comes Mello!
For the lead.
Never mind. He got back in line. Not a good enough run. Oh, he got free! He saves it. Now it's gonna help Kevin Yu to second.
And this back here is a ruckus. Impact making a 3 wide hit by Georgia and Cobra.
Fresh
Slurp
tires.
Right there trying to battle Lewis and Georgia, not for position. But Slurp is trying to get to that 11.
Problem is now he's stuck in the new tire zone, as we like to say, and it is affecting him, to say the least.
Kevin up to second. Stopped by Mello. You see all kinds of cars next to LA Fatality exiting. Now it locked down. Expect them to get that back. Dream also exiting. Saw Tampax and Hammer also were in pit road.
And they're back to the back bumper of the 36, so the top three are still under a blanket. They have not left one another this whole stage.
Cobra, I believe, went down pit road. He did.
When did they come down?
We'll see if one of these three pit.
They're slow.
R4D.
Kevin.
Kevin will.
Oh, Mello! He could not make it.
But Kevin did get in.
Did he speed? He did look like he was wobbly there.
Slurp also in.
That's the thing about this pit road. That's going to cost Mello a ton of time on the leader.
Cowboy Tech in. So now, still R4D. His gap over Mello is basically doubled, if not tripled. We'll see what happens here with the 36. Will he hit this time?
Impact passing Banjo for position when they get back on the lead lap.
Leaders on lap 69 of 80, and R4D down.
Good entry.
Mello
stays out. Yeah. Interesting. He missed pit road.
Lap 70 of 80.
Slurp out of pit road this time by. He's going to beat some guys who pitted after him. He beat Kevin Yu out of pit road. Key spot.
To say, I wonder if
Kevin Speed.
Slurp did a strategy call and took 2 tires.
Oh.
May have learned his lesson.
He would take 4 at that point because he actually blew a tire.
He had to have taken 2. And I can tell he did because he got really squirrely exiting that turn.
R4D pit road. Just saw it. He's coming out this time. He took 2 tires. That's a quick pit stop.
Yeah, he went down last lap. Melodramatic still leads. Banjo
Oh yeah.
However.
Well, he may have took 2 tires anyways. I think he did. Because that was quick.
So here's where Slurp is at the moment.
He did jump. He did jump R4D.
Yes. But now he's going to have to worry about him. There is a lot more time for R4D to try and catch Slurp than what Mello had last stage. Of course, Mello did get the stage win due to Slurp having an issue off board with his tire blowing. But R4D, he is really fast.
72 out of 80
already.
when we cross the line.
Mello in.
Can R4D, where does Mello come out? And does R4D catch up to the 27 of Slurp? And is the car ahead of him the leader? Banjo. I think that's Banjo. Don't actually know who that is.
No, he's not the leader. It's still Mello. Banjo pitted a lot before Mello did.
Well, he's ahead of Slurp, who jumped
Master Killer in.
R4D. So we may see another lead change as Banjo could be your points leader, could be the leader of the race.
Yeah, but don't look now because R4D is reeling Slurp in.
Is he flying?
He is flying.
Mello out of pit road. He's on the
9
front
to go.
stretch. He has a huge gap, Hendrick.
I cannot believe I'm saying this.
Mets?
Yeah, Metz is leading.
Who? Where is he?
There he is down the backstretch. Metz is your current leader. Enjoy it while
8
we
to
can
go.
because it won't be that much longer.
7 to go.
And Metz is down.
Like you said, though, R4D got around Slurp, so now he's trying to hunt down the 2 cars in front of him.
But don't count Kevin Yu out. Kevin has caught Slurp. 8 to go. Lap 73 of 80. It's now teammates battling for the top spot. But what you don't realize, Mello is up ahead of him.
He's your leader. And how long does it take for R4D to get ahead of Banjo? He's just going to make the dive into 3. If he can get around Banjo cleanly.
Mello took 2 tires.
For sure. And I think R4D took 4 with this
Kevin
speed that he's
right
showing
fourth.
us.
R4D up to 2nd. And once again, the cat and mouse game with Melodramatic
Man.
and R4D.
If Mello loses again, he is going to be absolutely frustrated with himself, as this strategy could work, but it's going to be tight.
I wouldn't say it was the strategy. I would say it was the lap where he tried to pit with Kevin and missed.
Oh yeah, 7 to go. He wanted to pit with him, and it might be a blessing or
Kevin
a
has caught
hindrance.
Banjo. Kevin is the fastest car on track right now.
Oh, Yoshi
If
in the
Mello
grass.
holds R4D well enough, Kevin's gonna catch him.
Well, we gotta wait for him to catch him as we're entering under 5 to go at the line.
6 to go on the line.
Oh, it's 6 to go. I forget that 75. We have the final lap as well.
You gotta let me do the lap counter, man.
No, I like saying it, but I messed it up. That's my apologies.
6 to go. There you see the top 3.
Top 5 are
Mello
still on
getting
range.
reeled in by R4D. Kevin Yu, however, is quicker. Then Banjo, then Slurp.
This race
And
is not
again,
over.
Kevin just able to get such a good exit. That's what's giving him the extra time.
Yeah, the top 5, even though we've seen Slurp and Banjo fall off a little bit, they're still in this if the top 3 get held up by Mello. Oh, Mello's got to be defensive here as we're under 5 laps to go at the line. No more cautions. Oh, R4D is getting to the bottom already, Hendrick.
R4D with 4 tires versus 2. R4D back to the point with 5 to go, and now it's game on with R4D and Kevin Yu.
I wouldn't say
Kevin Yu is
so fast.
continuing to reel them in.
Oh, there goes Mello. Got tight.
That's gonna help Kevin because he's gonna give him the draft.
Down this long straightaway.
R4D is gonna have to hold off 2 of the hungriest drivers from getting their first wins.
Oh, Mello on the wall.
He's doing good with Mello, but now he's got to worry about Kevin, and he can make quick work of 42. And he should right here with 4 to go.
Yeah, Mello lets him go.
Kevin is by up to 2nd now, and this is where the real fight with the win begins.
They're so far on
If you
the
want to win,
switch.
you got to get by them, whether it's clean or dirty. We know what happened with Kevin at New Hampshire with Norman.
Yes. And last week.
Really dirty. Not on Kevin's end, but on Normie's end. But now this time, Kevin has to get by R4D.
I remember last week he was a little aggressive, and then Richmond turned into a wreck fest. So he's willing to make those moves for a win, and he knows he's in a must-win situation. So I expect something on R4D, who is pretty much locked into the playoffs.
Up to 4. So the 27 in P4, 3 to go. This time at the line, the 7 was faster.
Just barely, though. It's still a sizable gap between R4D and Kevin. You got to get within draft distance.
Yes, he has to get in the draft. And again, this is where I was talking about how the 7 gains time. That
Oh yeah.
right there.
Holy, I just saw
He
it.
has
That's
been doing
clean.
that throughout the last 5 laps. That is what is putting him in this position.
2 more times. He's got 2 more times, 3 more laps
And again,
technically to do that.
entry.
This is where he gains.
He's there. Oh, he's got it right here. He's got the run.
All right, we're gonna
laps to go at Indy. Kevin Yu trying to pull off an upset victory victory and put himself into the playoffs.
He's gonna
But
get there.
if he wants to do it, he has to get through on 4D, who is looking for the league-leading third win.
Oh, he hit the apron,
hit the
R4D.
apron.
Ooh, we got tight. Kevin, you got tight as well.
Lap traffic up ahead. Will that play a factor?
We're hoping it's not. Who is that? Get out of the way. Carrot.
That's the only car up ahead of the leaders. But now, as they exit the final turn,
It's gonna affect R4D.
1 lap to go. There you see it. And that's another 10 for Kevin and in the trap. White flag in Indy.
Turn 1 is gonna be the key. If Kevin can get it closer and closer, he's gonna have a chance in 3.
Watch this turn right here. Can the 7 replicate the runs he's gotten?
He has to hit it perfectly.
I think
36. Got free. Here we go.
He did a little better, but
Some
Kevin
draft.
was much faster.
He's got
Down
draft.
the backstretch. R4D. Kevin, you. A couple
3 and
turns to
4.
go. Kevin's gonna have to bump him.
Last time. Oh, he hit the apron.
Hit the apron. He won last week, and now our first 3-time winner this season is going to be R4D. He wins it, Indy.
What a fight, though. Kevin almost did it. Just needs 1 or 2 more laps. He reeled him in. Maybe took a little bit more time to get around some of the guys around 4th or 5th, and it costed him, but that was impressive.
Kevin 2nd, Mello 3rd, Slurp 4th.
4th,
Banjo
good recovery.
5th, Normie 6th, Vitality 7th, Impact 8th, Georgia Dog 9th, Dream 10th.
Good recovery by Slurp. That was impressive. He went from the rear of the field of the start of stage 3 to inside the top 5. That is insanity. I don't care how you, if it's or what buts, but that was a good drive by him. Impressive in my opinion.
He took a few weeks off. You're wondering, was the R4D
Can he do it?
GOAT signing getting ready to reappear? And for the 2nd week in a row, we can say it has.
I'm getting messages from Georgia during the race.
So even with him entering this week 80 back from the points lead, he gets more playoff points. He now has 18 playoff points in the bank. That so far leads everyone in NXT. We'll get our top 5 in here, also hear from Mets. I think this time around, Mets will say that this is a much better race.
They actually got some green flag pit stops in, so I'll give them credit. They were pretty good.
Stage
Good
3
stage.
was caution-free.
I'm impressed. Some mistakes, but I liked it. Dude, the D, yeah, yep, 18.
Yeah, we'll go on ahead and reset our party audios.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me do that real quick. Turn off. And turn it back on, right? Boom. Alright, make sure you include your audio again.
Alright,
Boom.
so we'll hear from our top 5. Bren, you can go on ahead and do 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Where is the results real quick?
Yeah, top
we also
5
need to get him in.
R4D, Kevin, Mello, Slurp, Banjo.
We need him in the party first.
There's our winner.
Where is Mello? Holy. Slurp had an impressive drive, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Banjo. And then melodramatic.
Everyone in chat, stick around. We're going to hear from our top 5.
Yes, sir. Should be a fun one. We have a lot to discuss. I'm
So
joking.
we got everyone but Banjo. And there we go. All right. So that for those in the top 4, make sure your audio is included. And with that, Brent will go on ahead and start off with our 3rd, 4th, and 5th place finishers.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure it is... Right, it's gonna be Trusting Banjo, right? For 5th?
Yes. Yes.
Alright, Banjo, you already know the situation. Alright, give me your thoughts on Indy, being in the lead pack at the end there. Sadly you pitted a little bit earlier than everyone else. You were not able to get it done at the end of the day, but still a great run for you. Sadly, your championship contender, R4D, your teammate, he's trying to get himself back in a regular season championship, but you're trying not let him with the good finishes. Give me your thoughts on Indy as a whole tonight. You can just message me on Discord. Or, I don't care where. I'll read it anyway. His words, not mine. I was just kind of mediocre, to be honest. 50 is fine, but I had nothing for the leaders. Well, Banjo, even on a day where your car may have felt off, you still got a great finish, a top 5. I mean, still impressive for you. Congrats on that. What is your mindset going forward, as you got to hold on to this regular season championship, and it's going to start to dwindle as R40 has won back-to-back races? For real, bro. For real. Alright, so, this is his words. Banjo says, it's gonna be tough. Joey's a great driver. He put parentheses. I'm gonna say it because he actually told me to. I taught him everything he knows. So, Banjo just told us that R40 learned everything from him. So, that is great news. Congrats on the top 5, Banjo. Hopefully we'll hear from you next week as well, as you are pretty much a contender every week in this series. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to move on to the 4th place. Also, shout out to R40 GOAT. That was his words. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to move on to someone who we really... It was impressive, to say the least. He went from the rear of the field in the beginning of Stage 3. And make sure you do not leave the party, by the way. I mean, Slurp, make sure you include your audio. You went from the rear of the field after having an incident in Stage 2. What happened at the end of Stage 2? Was it a blown tire? Was it you getting free? What exactly happened that sent you to the rear of the field and you had to drive through the field again?
It was indeed a blown tire. It hit 0% right on the exit 4, and I just wasn't expecting it. And I wrecked, fell to like 16th, and then had 25 seconds of damage to repair, and that just sent me to the back.
I mean, you still were masterfully just driving through the field. Give me your thoughts on Stage 3, just knifing your way through the field, getting inside the top 10, getting the good strategy, and just able to get a top 5 after having that incident.
It was pretty difficult getting through the field. It was very hard to pass, as a lot of people were in the draft, sitting in the draft, and you had to kind of just get the best run you could out of a corner or something to make a move. But I got up to roughly 8th, I think, before the pit stop cycle, and I knew my only chance at getting any better of a finish from there was taking 2 tires, and that helped me a lot to get up to 4th place.
Gotcha. Well, either way, Slurp. It was fun watching you duel for the lead and then even watching you go through the field. That was exciting. I wish you the best of luck going forward as you have been impressive in your limited starts and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to our third place car who was da-da-da-da. I got to check our thing. Yes, okay.
This guy. This guy.
I don't. The results are not out. To be completely fair. All right. It's. I'm pretty sure it was melodramatic in the 42. This week. Dingbat is crazy. But yes. Melodramatic. How you doing, man? Make sure you include your audio.
Yep, it's in there this time.
Man, just you missed pit road in stage 3, and what happened on that pit road? Was it trying to get checked up too early? I think we saw that in stage 3 where you missed it and then just had to continue. And then what was your mindset after that as you took 2 tires on your pit stop?
I actually don't know what you're talking about. I didn't miss pit road.
Did you not? I thought you were going
No.
down. I thought the leader.
No, I think I may have been letting by a car on 4 fresh tires or something like that. Maybe it looked like I was swinging down, but no.
Yeah, that looked like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, Kevin was in front of me, and yeah, we kind of got into each other a little bit. So that's probably why I looked that way. But no, I didn't miss entry. I just had a bad strategy at the end.
Gotcha. Well, either way, the strategy almost worked out, Mello, as you were holding on to within, I think it was under 5 to go, and then just at the end, they finally got around you. Give me your thoughts on that and just the racing tonight at Indy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good race overall. I was able to get into the 3-car breakaway with Joey and Kevin there. We were able to get like a 2-second gap at a time. You know, we got up to the pit entries, and you know, I kind of got separated from Joey because of getting into Kevin a little bit. So I knew I had to do something to mix it up a little bit, so I decided to go on a 2-tire strategy. And coming out of pit road, I did not expect him to be that close. So he only had to make up like 2 seconds on me, so I knew I was cooked at that point. So. You know, you got to do what you can to have a chance to win.
Well, you were able to hold on, Mello. This has been a great season so far early on, as you've had great runs, getting good points, and you're actually, at this moment, actually in the playoffs based off of pointing your way. So give me your thoughts on that going forward.
I'm not worried about making the playoffs. I think that's going to be fine. You know, just stacking together good finishes and getting to top 10 in total points would be ideal at this point, considering I have less starts than like everybody around me.
All right, you heard it from him first. He just wants good finishes, get a win, maybe under your belt, Mello, as it's been super close as of late. So I wish you the best of luck going forward. Congrats on the top 3. Any special shoutouts?
Yep. Shout out to everybody in this party. Frank's top 5.
You heard it here first. Frank's top 5. If you guys can do that on Thursday, it'd be nice.
We'll see.
I just want to see a good race.
Well, I think all of you in the stream has heard enough of Ren talking, so we're actually going to go on ahead and get to the good.
Yes. Good.
So we're going to start with our second place finisher, the driver of the number 7 tonight. That is Mr. Kevin Yu. Kevin, make sure your audio is included.
You got me.
I gotcha. All right, buddy. Well, first off, congrats on P2. I want to hear your thoughts on those last couple of laps as you were catching up towards R4D at the end.
I tell you, my heart through those final 2 laps was just pounding. I just said, hit my marks, hit my marks, hit my marks. I was on that white line, on that fine line, getting on the gas as early as possible every single lap. I knew I was gaining. I just needed a couple more laps. Maybe like one, 2 more laps is what I needed. When I came out of pit road, I got held up by the 37 for like half a lap. That's what really killed the momentum for me a little bit. I think if the 37 wasn't there, maybe it would have been way closer. But I, executed on pit road 15-9, though the pit crew did not execute well. But I think, I tried my best with what I had at the end there.
So I'm going to give you an update here on now where you stand in points. So entering tonight, you were 63 points behind that 16th and final spot. After tonight, you're now 46 back, so you gained 17 points on the cut. So Kevin, now with these races winding down, we now have 7 races to go until the playoffs start. Do you think you'll be able to pull it off and sneak your way in?
There's a couple more races on the schedule. I know the couple few that are coming up are more in the draft plate track area. I know I can execute very fairly well on those. I'm more interested on, I believe I saw Charlotte Roval before the playoffs, so I'm really banking on those tracks that require more skill. I believe I even saw Gateway on it, so I'm banking on the tracks that require maybe a little bit more skill, less draft, to hopefully get that W and get, put myself in there. But we'll see how it goes. You never know. I might even win an Auto Club.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to hear your thoughts on Auto Club next Sunday night. How do you feel about that being next week?
Well, we all know it's going to be a very much a draft plate race per se. Just going to try to execute the best way I can, try to put myself in the front, qualify well. That's the most important thing for me. If I don't qualify well, I'm just going to be at the back. Thankfully, today I qualified like midfield 11th. I had gotten a wreck early on and was able to, rebound, just slow and steady passing, piece by piece. So I'm just hoping I qualify for an Auto Club and I'll put myself in a position where I can win.
Alrighty. Well, Kevin, before I let you go here and prepare for next Sunday, do you have any special shout-outs you'd like to give?
Shout out to everybody in this party, W, James, and Joey for the drafting team. That was amazing. I want to shout out Yoshi because at the end of the day, I kind of screwed him up, and I looked him out on footage after, and we talked about it, and he's like, "It's all good, man. It is what it is." But I try my best to keep it as clean as possible, and that's what I pride myself on. We're all here trying to compete the best we can. So thank you for the stream as well. So.
All right. Well, Kevin, congrats on another terrific run for you. You're going to be one of the fun drivers to watch when it comes to these final few races in the regular season. That is for sure. But for now, I wish you the best of luck going into Auto Club next Sunday.
Thank you so much.
No problem. All right. And on to our winner for the 3rd time this season and for the 2nd week in a row. We have the one and only Joey Dickinson, a.k.a. R4D. R4D, make sure your audio is included. Oh, your mic cut out there a bit, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, first off, congrats on win number 3. You now lead the league in most wins this season, even with you missing a few races. I want to hear your thoughts first on that final round of pit stops. So what was your plan there, and how do you think it paid off for you that led you to winning tonight?
Well, I knew Kevin was on a looser setup, so I was trying to start to pull away there at the end, but he was kind of keeping with me, and then he got a little loose, and he held up James a little, so I was like, I gotta pit this time because I could take advantage of it, and I definitely did.
So entering tonight, you were 5th. You were 80 points back. After tonight, you're going to be getting a little bit more on Banjo, Normie, Cobra, and Georgia. Do you think you still have a chance of getting up there in time to battle for that regular season championship, or do you think it's too little too late?
I think it might be too little too late because I'm running really good, but Andrew's also running really good, so I might be able to if he has a few better races, but he usually doesn't.
So going into next week, as I had mentioned with Kevin, it will be at Auto Club, and now you go into that race with a win streak. Do you think you'll be able to continue that going into Sunday?
Like I said last week, it's a drafting track pretty much again, so you just got to be in the right spot again. But I'm not normally good at Auto Club, so I don't know what will happen.
All right. Well, Mr. R4D, before I let you go and potentially have a little conversation with the bride that you married last week, do you have any special shout-outs
damn, we
you'd like to
forgot
give
that.
before we wind this one down?
Well, shout out to my soon-to-be wife, Jonesy, Banjo17. Shout out to James and Kevin for a good race there at the end. Shout out Slurp, just because Slurp. Shout out Costco, and yeah.
Alrighty. Well, R4D, congrats on win number 3, back-to-back for you. You're starting to hit that stride again that we saw earlier in the season. I wish you the best of luck in trying to go for win number 4 next week.
Thank you.
No problem. By the way, R4D has one more person who he's in a romantic relationship with than what Brent will
is he
ever
cheating?
be in. So, with that being said, we're going to go on ahead and wind the results on down. I'll start
Wow.
with the top 10, and then Brent will do the next
Slurp.
10. So, R4D, win number 3. He is red hot going into next week. We'll see if he can get his 4th next week. Kevin, you in the 7, continuing to chase down those final drivers above the cut line after a P2 run tonight. He was less than 4/10 off on getting that first win. Melodramatic took that 2-tire call, able to get a stage win in stage 2, catches in P3. Melo is actually right now ahead of LA Fatality after tonight in the standings, so Melo continuing to move up. Slurp, first top 5 for him in Odrl. Congrats to Slurp on that. We'll see how well he does next week. We'll see if he can get his first win next Sunday. And then Trusting Banjo, the points leader, continuing to increase that gap over 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with the top 5. Normie in the 48, entered tonight 2nd in points. He'll stay there with a P6 finish. LA Fatality, good run for him tonight. One of the bubble drivers got stage points in one of the stages. It ends P7. Impact in the 8, stage 1 winner in P8. Good run for Mr. Impact. Georgia Dog in the 88 and P9. Didn't talk about him that much tonight, but he was able to show up in the top 10 and finish P9. And then Racing Dream in the 41, also able to get a top 10 with a P10 run.
Yeah, the one time we talked about Georgia was when he spun in stage 1, but a nice recovery for him. 11th was Tampex's streak of top 5s has come to an end, sadly, but still top 15. Leppy in 12th. Also, screw you for saying that. Fuck you. 13th is
I don't
Lewis.
swing that way.
Leppy is 12th. Lewis is 13th. Dupe. I just realized what the fuck you said. Screw you, bro. 14th is Dupe Prime. Master Killer 15th. Yoshi 16th after qualifying outside pole bed. Had an issue in stage 1. Sadly lost all the track position. Fell back to 16th. 17th is Cobra. He's been really consistent this season, but one of his worst races in terms of finish tonight. 18th is Cowboy Tech. Polish Hammer. We saw him inside the top 10 for majority of the night. Sadly fell back to 19th. And then Exo Austin running a tribute scheme to Johnny Dope 81, one of my friends that sadly lost his life due to a heart attack recently, finished 20th.
Next up, the next group, SP Motors in the 66, able to get a lead lap finish, finishes in 21st. D-Main, the last one on the lead lap, in 22nd in that 10 car. Steel Carrot, we saw him get lapped going into the white flag. He ends up 23rd. We'll see how much that affects him in the playoff standings. Trevi in the 16 and 24th. Rounding out the top 25 is the car number 25. Mr. Mets fan, we'll hear from him in just a few moments. Rocky Top in the 22, 8 down in 26. Dodge Dakota in the 20. DNF early 25, laps down in 27th. And then NV Redneck in the 38, 63 down. He also disconnected mid-race. All right, so with that, before we wind this one down, we're going to hear from the driver of the 25, Mr. Metzman. Whenever you're ready, share us your thoughts on tonight.
I'm very happy IC redeemed themselves tonight after that shit show last week. R4D gets another victory, claiming his championship contending number 1 spot in my opinion. I know Banjo's leading the boards, but when you win, you win, and that's what matters in the playoffs in my opinion. But very good overall. I know we had 3 cautions in the first stage, but 2 were because of lag. 1 was because of incidents with the 88, from my understanding. Besides that, it was very good. No issues. Everybody was on their best behavior. Name somebody who's been a juice cone and took the lead at one time in the race. Name me one person who's ever done that, okay? Besides that, it was
Again,
good.
something Brent will never do. Wow, we're continuing so many of this.
God.
Very happy NXT. Moving on. I don't know where we at on top of my head next week, but I'm sure y'all do. Looking forward to it. I know I was very
Auto Club.
snappy today. Okay, that's good. I know I was very snappy today in the Discord, but it needed to be done. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Or some people would say no more Mr. Nice Best Fan, but you know, we'll see how it goes in the coming weeks. Get back on the green flag racing ways and doing better. Shout out to the top 5. They're all great, and they all deserved it. Nobody didn't deserve anything. I know 24 got into an incident here and there. I think he deserved the top 10 that he didn't get, but racing incidents happen. So I don't foresee any penalties coming or any big ones coming, but very good, very happy.
Alrighty. Well, with that being said, that was the coverage for NXT tonight at
Bye bye, cutie's
Indianapolis.
face blowing a kiss.
Next Sunday,
Bye.
NXT series
I'm not repeating
will
that.
be at Auto Club to continue the stretch towards the playoffs. Tomorrow night for the Premier Series will actually be raced.
God, stop leaving. You're gonna break the party.
Relax. No,
He just broke Hendrick.
No,
Oh my God,
no.
guys! We literally tell you not to leave. Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, it goes the end.
Well, guys, it was a great race. Stage 3 really provided good racing. We had a lot of green flag stops. That was fun to watch. I loved the strategy being played between the top 5. But again, R4D was able to get it done at Indianapolis. Back-to-back wins for him as he's trying to get as many playoff points he can before this playoff starts. That's going to do it for myself. Sadly, I don't think Hendrick will get back, but next week we'll be running Auto Club tomorrow night on his channel. It will be running, if I'm not mistaken, Dover for the Premier Series. Make sure to tune in. Regular show 48. You don't want to miss it. It'll be a fun one at Dover. So that's going to do it for me. Bryn72, I'm not doing all that. I'm going to sign out. May you rest in peace, Johnny Dope. We all love you, man. And this is a tribute race. I'm happy they cleaned it up in Stage 3 because that made it look a lot better. And it was clean. So I appreciate them.
Free.
Yeah, exactly. All right. See you guys later.